Another day, another scammer takes center stage.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
Now imagine a woman is knocking at your door. She's not wearing a ski mask. She's not holding a weapon. She doesn't need to, because the story she's allegedly selling you is so much more useful. She is there to help you. Now, according to Martin County Sheriff's Office, 31-year-old Moniquie Turnbull showed up at the home of a senior citizen claiming to be a representative from the victim's bank. And she came bearing bad news. The victim's bank account had supposedly been compromised. Now, if someone tells you somebody is trying to steal your money, panic does half of the work for them. You stop thinking about the stranger standing at your front door and start thinking about the stranger supposedly inside your bank account. Then comes the solution. Authorities allege Turnbull offered to take the victim's bank card and handle its proper disposal. Think about how simply stupid that is. The alleged scam doesn't require breaking into a house. It doesn't even require hacking a computer. It just requires somebody being convinced to hand you the key to their money. And according to investigators, the person Turnbull allegedly chose was a senior citizen at least 60 years old. Fortunately, the victim became suspicious, and instead of just handing over the card, they contacted law enforcement. Now the clock starts, because if investigators are right about what's happening, the person standing at the door knows the entire scam is going to collapse the moment somebody calls the actual bank or the police. And while deputies were investigating the complaint, another call came in. According to the sheriff's office, Turnbull was identified as a possible suspect in another similar incident. Now, it's not looking like one awkward encounter at somebody's house. Deputies were looking for her, and Turnbull was on the move. Deputies eventually located Turnbull driving near I-95, and that's where this alleged scheme hits its first ending. Red and blue lights, boom, traffic stop, boom. Turnbull is taken into custody before authorities say she could leave Martin County and skedaddle back onto Dade. And the charges start stacking up. Scheme to defraud, felony use of a two-way communication device, fraudulent use of a credit or debit card without consent, involving a victim 60 years of age or older. And at this point, it's pretty straightforward. Woman allegedly impersonates a bank representative. Senior citizen gets suspicious. Police get called. Suspect gets caught. Roll credits. Except you know the arrest isn't the ending, and sometimes it's where the defendant makes the story worse. Turnbull is transported to the Martin County Jail, and intake means search. And that creates a very different problem if you're carrying something you're not supposed to inside. According to the sheriff's office, jail personnel discovered cash concealed inside Turnbull's vagina. How much? $3,200 US, rolled up. I don't know if it's 32 $100 bills or stacks of 20s, but it kind of matters for curiosity's sake, because that's the difference between a tampon and a full-on rolled-up maxi pad. But I digress. Authorities describe the money as lodged inside her body, and that discovery changed the case again, because once Turnbull allegedly carried the money into the correctional facility, authorities added another charge: introduction of contraband into a corrections facility. She had allegedly gone from a fraud investigation to an arrest to picking up another criminal allegation during the booking process itself. But the cash creates another mystery. Whose money is it? Is it scam money? Investigators haven't sourced it yet, but either way, That cash is now evidence. Turnbull is now facing multiple charges stemming from the alleged fraud and discovery at the jail. And according to current reports, she's being held on a $500,000 bond, $500,000. I wonder if she has it in her butt and they just missed it. But I digress. Which brings us back to where we started. $3,200, sealed in evidence. Its origin still publicly unclear, and a defendant who allegedly walked into jail carrying the strangest loose end in her own case. There's even one final, deeply unfortunate detail. The sheriff's office pointed out that eventually that cash may return to public circulation. Those specific bills that were wrapped up inside of her. So somewhere down the line, after the evidence process is finished, those bills could theoretically find their way back into somebody's wallet. And this is the time to start using Apple Pay if you haven't already done so, because some evidence is better left unidentified. But anyway, Monique Turnbull remains accused, not convicted, and the allegations against her are still having to be proven in court. But there is a lesson buried underneath all the bizarre details of this case. The alleged con depended on a senior citizen panicking. Instead, they got suspicious, and one phone call turned a stranger at the door into a suspect deputies were searching for. And by the time this story reached the county jail, the alleged scam wasn't even the strangest thing investigators had found. The money was. I can't wait till her case hits the docket.